Psychic Tuesday, and I'm your guide, Bernice Bisson. This is going to be a good couple of days for everybody. We've got some Venus energy making us more loving, making us more kind, making us value each other a little more, which is kind of nice energy, I gotta say. So let's start with the astrology at the top, and then we're going to go into messages for each of the signs over the next 10 days. And so if we looked at tomorrow, April 30th, Mercury goes direct in Aries, and Mercury finally being in that direct state, and Aries conversations are going to speed up. Communications are going to speed up. Communications will be bold. There'll be quick decisions. There'll be lots of options, opportunities, discussions, communications being put on the table for many people. And so let's take our time with that. Let's be mindful and take our time with some of the communications that are going to come in. And the more that we get into the month of May, we're going to really start to feel things speed up quite a bit, and that your to-do lists might grow. Then the beginning of May 2nd, we have Mars entering into Cancerian energy. And we've had taste of this as Mars went direct and retrograde. And we're kind of transiting over old degrees of Cancer again. And it softens. So Mars aggressiveness softens in Cancerian energy. But frankly, I feel like it's more that the emotions drive our actions. We could be protective by instinct. That might intensify our sense of protection, our protective energies, how we feel about things that way could intensify quite a bit. Could be passive aggressive. We could come across a bit, I'm not angry kind of way. And so remember that. So a bit of passive aggressive stuff that could come into play under that energy. It will also heat up the housing market quite a bit. I know that here in Canada, we just had our election, and I do think that now we're going to see lots of decisions going forward that might have been stalled, on hold, on delay, waiting for, the powers that be need to be in place. And so we're going to see lots of activity, particularly in real estate, land, earth energies, earth minerals, real estate, housing, homelessness. All those issues are going to really pick up the pace over this next even 6 to 8 weeks. They'll heat up quite a bit with that transit. As we get to May 5th, we have Venus at play, and she joins Uranus in Taurus. And this is expecting the unexpected in love and money, and surprise revelations could shift your energy pretty radically. There could be surprise announcements, if I think in the news, around the economy, around finances, around actions being initiated or taken on to address the economy and the value of, say, the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, the value of stocks, the value of even the banking systems, real estate, money. So there's some big stuff going on around this. There could be surprise philanthropic donations. We could see some record donations being put together as well. So there could be some big announcements over the next 10 days around philanthropic foundations, finances, funding. So if you're waiting for funding announcements, maybe it's you. Maybe you put a proposal out there and you're waiting to hear some news about that, or commitments from government, commitments from governments, corporations, philanthropics. I feel like there could be a real movement around that. Over the next 10 days, we could hear some news stories around those areas as well. We have the new moon in Taurus joining that real Taurus, Venus, Uranus energy. And it's a time for planting seeds. And so if you're planting your gardens or you're getting ready, plant a few seeds. Abundance, stability, self-worth, setting grounded long-term goals and transitions. I mean, that feels like good energy. It doesn't feel like today's energy. Today's energy feels pretty volatile around all of those things I just said. But know that this new moon in Taurus really resets the values around our economy, how we value it, who we value, how we value things. And I think there's going to be some important movement forward, both in Canada and the US. In Canada, we could be talking about our values of Canadians from province to province and how we feel valued. And we could be looking at economic development on a scale we've never seen. And in the US, they could be talking about the values of their economy and the values of what they believe in and what they see going on and what they value. So there's going to be in the value of products, services, economy, industries are all going to be topic of conversation over the next 10 days. Hopefully there's lots of beautiful agreements and people coming together. That would be lovely. Let's hope for it. So let's keep that in mind. Again, it's about the value things in your own world. You could be looking at the value of your house, the appraisal of your home, your real estate, your investment, your assets, your pensions. You could be looking at the value of relationships and who is stable in your life, who adds stability, who adds value, where value is being added, and are your values being honored? And so these are all going to be really big conversations for people coming up in all kinds of areas of our life, because these are pretty powerful transits. Because following that, we have a full moon in Scorpio with a Mars-Pluto showdown, which is Scorpio written all over it. It is big events that I'll talk about the next show for sure. But let's keep the weekend of May 12th in mind if we're looking at a little Looney Tune energy, deep scorponic energy, and that is mass transformations, the birth and death of mass transformations in the world, and so it's pretty big energy, and so we'll be having very opposite energy, feeling like it's really going to come down around the money and revolutionary, and I feel like this month will be very important in terms of unprecedented transits. This next, right now, today, and this next 20 days, very much so, very unprecedented or unusual or first time ever kind of stuff. And that could be kind of exciting. I feel like we have an opportunity right now in this energy to rethink our economies. We have an opportunity to rethink even electoral processes could come up for grabs. It could be even stuff like number of seats representing. That could be a topic of conversation on the table for both countries. So it'd be interesting to see where we wind up with that and really what the values are of people, because that's going to be what's highlighted under this unusual sky. Okay. So how does it affect us directly? Well, let's look at your sun, moon, rising. Your sun is that's I do. So things you do out there in the world, that includes the crown chakra, the throat chakra, your solar plexus. I think, I speak, I do. And that could be your social circles, your friends, your community, your job, your career. And then we have your divine feminine, which is more like your home, your body, your emotions, your moon sign in astrology. And that's more of the chakra energies of I see, I feel, I create. And so some really beautiful moon energy coming up with the Taurus new moon and the Scorpio full moon, the deepening of partnerships, commitments, the desire to deepen and to find firmer grounding in relationships. So that's going to be a really nice energy. So if we looked at the ascendant, that is your day-to-day routines, your character day-to-day, your decisions you make day-to-day, the vehicle you put mom and pop in, your divine feminine masculine, you drive around town. And so if that would be like your ascendant or your first house. So listen to all three for a full message. And we're going to start with Aries. And the key day for you, Aries, in this next 10 days is April 30th. Mercury finally going direct in your sign. It's full steam ahead. Speak your truth. Put out to the universe what you want, what you're asking for, what you want to include. My advice is don't hold back. Start what you've been delaying. This new moon energy is going to favor your financial planning. You could be getting your finances in order. You could be looking at opportunities around future work, income, things that could come into your planning stage. That it's about new opportunities. This is for Aries, there's a lot of new starts coming in your lives. And this is in your career, your home, and in a lot of you, your single cases. If you're single, ready to mingle, boy, Aries, you got opportunities abound. So get out there and go be your wonderful Aries selves, because this is your time to shine. And you're going to feel this energy the next 10 days for sure. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. You know, your key date is May 7th, and that new moon in your sign is your personal reset. Focus on manifesting what you truly value. Um, you know, that Venus Uranus could shake up your self image, embrace the change. Self image could be about taking on a new health regime, a new financial regime, a new way of presenting yourself, new clothes. You could be doing a major reset on how you present yourself to the world. And I feel like this is a good time in your personal reset, because this could be a reset in relationships, a reset in personal values, personal style, a personal health regimen. You could be really getting on top of feeling good, looking great. You Tauruses out there. So I feel like this is some good energy for you guys. The next 7 to 10 days, you might even feel surprisingly appreciated, which will feel good. Gemini, sun, moon, rising. Your key date's going to be May 5th. And that Venus Uranus conjunction hits your 12th house. Secrets could surface. And boy, there is a powerhouse of planets packing into your sign there, Gemini, with Jupiter joining Jupiter. You've got Uranus joining Jupiter. I mean, it's some big stuff. And so the advice is listen to your intuition, release old patterns under the new moon for real spiritual progress. I'm going to say listen to your intuition in the sense that if someone's popping up in your mind, they're thinking about you. If you suddenly have, you know, a train of thought that doesn't seem like your normal train of thought, really trust your intuition. If your intuition's telling you not to trust a situation, person, place, or issue, listen to your intuition. Your best answer in some cases might be a non-answer. Could be just let it ride, let it sit, let's see where it goes, let's see what can happen. And so this is going to be some big stuff for you, because as secrets come out, you could learn things about people that, you know, Geminis have a habit of seeing the heart of people, and sometimes they need to see all the other stuff too. And so this is the time where you could see all the other stuff, and it could help you really move forward in terms of who do you want to work with and who do you want to have in your love life and in your inner circle of friends. So these are going to be big questions for you. You do need to sort out something maybe around living where you live, where people are moving. That's going to come up for you guys too. Feels like rental situations more so than buying, selling situations. Cancerians, your key date is May 2nd. Mars enters your sign, igniting personal drive and emotional courage. And, you know, really standing up for yourself, really standing up for yourself. And, you know, channel that energy into body and boundaries and use this new moon to visualize some long-term dreams. Like, really get your plans in place. You could find that you are feeling gung-ho about an issue you need to take care of. You could find that you're going to really take care of paperwork and get things organized in your life. You're going to stand up for yourself where other times you felt like you didn't have a voice or couldn't say anything. And it's important to channel this feisty kind of energy into your body, into burning it off so you don't get grumpy with people. You don't want to get grumpy. I feel like you want to really burn this excess of energy off a little bit, and have really clear boundaries with people. Just say no when you want to say no, Cancerian. Sometimes Cancerians can get a bit people pleasing as one of their traits that they have to work on. The best thing is to create boundaries up front. If you really don't want to do it, just say no up front. Um, People still like you, just so you know. Leo, sun, moon, rising, your key date is May 5th. Sudden career shifts or insights are possible. Like you could realize, boy, I'm talented. Wow, I really saved the day. Wow, they really needed me. I really showed up and I came to the table with some game on. Like you could be really appreciated for that, that you could really realize that, you know, maybe you got some talent. So the advice is to be flexible. The new moon invites some grounded ambition, realign goals and values, do what's doable. Don't take on more than what's really doable. You don't have to be a superhero. Know that what you're doing seems to be enough. And I feel like these sudden shifts in your career and your insight could be really helpful to you. Like you could find that there's a new role opening up and man, your name is on it, or you could find that you have new opportunities popping up for you, or maybe a new schedule or a new way of working. That is really kind of exciting, and that gives you some new and clear insights to where your skills and talents lay and where you could be really more useful like you never thought, or shining bright where you never thought you could shine bright before. Virgo, sun, moon, rising. We've got May 7th as your date. That new moon opens doors in your learning and travel sectors. Say yes to new perspectives, new clients, new cold calls, new opportunities, things where if you're entrepreneurial or in sales or where you're tracking down clients, this could be a good time for you, Virgos, where you're able to chat it up, talk it up. Mercury direct helps you communicate with more impact. So you're going to be able to really get your point across, make the close, make the sale, get people on board, get people seeing your way. You could also hear news from people who live overseas, they live abroad. That could be an important piece for you as well, that you could have some doors opened around some future plans of having to travel to maybe family who live away, and you might even know about that by the fall, by your birthday, possibly. Libra, sun, moon, rising. Your key date is May 5th. Venus, your ruler, conjunct Uranus, could bring wild cards in love or finance. Stay open, but don't compromise core values. The new moon's going to favor financial transformation. You could inherit money. You could close out some money. You could get a financial payout. You could get retirement money. You could really solidify something around long-term or legacy wealth. Venus, your ruler, when it conjuncts, it's going to bring wild cards, love and finances. Boy, you could run into your ex while you're with your current partner. You could, find out you have an ex-partner who still has feels for you. You could find that you get a proposal out of the blue. You could find your partner has some really great news to share with you that could be quite life-changing for them. So there's some big stuff for you, Libras, there. And don't compromise your core values. Stay true to yourself, what you want, what you need, what's right for you. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, May 7th, that new moon in your relationship zone calls for renewal. Set intentions around partnerships. Mars and Cancerian empowers your voice in emotional matters. You could be ready to talk something out with previous partners. You could be ready to talk something out with old friends, old work situations, old living situations, old real estate situations, and setting your intention in any sort of partnerships, business partnerships, romantic partnerships could do very well for you, in fact, and that you could really come to new understandings, exciting agreements, exciting ideas. So there's some value to some of this. Let people show up for you. That's the other thing, is let them show up for you. Don't have to do all the work, Scorpio. Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, April 30th, communication blocks lift. Speak boldly, but don't rush. Don't rush through projects. Don't rush driving. Don't rush getting things done. There's, everything has a moment and everything has a place. Remember that. And you could find that your voice is finally being heard. You can find that applications or jobs you've been applying for are finally getting interviews, or you're finally getting callbacks. You can use this new moon to build better habits and healthier routines. You could be very much getting back to, say, a health regimen, a diet regimen, a food regimen, getting back to routines that benefit you, getting to bed early, getting up early. These could be things that you will be really focused on over the next 7 to 10 days to get in place, to start. You could write them down, get your goals planned out, get your workout routine planned out. So there's some good stuff around that as well. Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising. We've got April 30th as your key date. I think I just said that. Sorry, not Sagittarians, but I left you with that. Sorry, bad girl. B, you gotta keep your marker on your page. I'm gonna go to Capricorns. My bad. Spank me later. Key dates are May 2nd. Mars enters your relationship sector. Passion or conflict could rise. Ooh, boy, oh boy. And I'm going to say be mindful about that because it could build up over the next 2 months, even could build up around conflict. So if you have something you need to work out with a partner, know that do it in baby steps because I feel like it's going to be in stages. You could feel a bit back and forth around that because it feels very oppositional. It feels like balance, sensitivity, and firmness. This new moon gives you an excellent sort of doorway to romantic or creative commitments. If you're having romantic difficulties, you might pour that energy into creative or artistic pursuits. You might find that Mars entering your relationship sector, like I said, it's going to heat things up. Passion or conflict, I guess, a little of both, could be a little of both as well. It would be great energy if you do have a partner, to work on something with a partner, to have a project that you could accomplish together, that you could put that energy, instead of counterproductively, you could put that sort of all focused on the same thing and bring it into the right direction together. Could turn out to be quite good for you. So it'd be a good time for maybe some home renovations. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, May 5th. Expect revelations around home or family. Ground your energy. The new moon is ideal for setting foundations that truly support you. You could find that people, siblings, family, maybe they're putting some boundaries in. Maybe you have some conversations you might have to have with family and siblings to get things in order. It could be different living situations with family members that they could be talking about with you, that you could be helping organize or be part of. I feel like they might need your energy this summer even. They could be, we really need you. You could find family demands are contrary to your home demands. Maybe you're never home. Maybe people need you at your place. Maybe you're like, boy, I can't wait to get home. Or maybe you're just getting out of the house finally and people are dragging you out of your house. So that could feel pretty good for you as well. Pisces, sun, moon, rising, May 2nd. Mars energizes your creative zone. And Pisces are going to they're going to be going through this massive transformation. And it could feel like, you had two major power hitters. You have Saturn and you have Neptune in your sign, and both are leaving by the end of this year. And they're moving into your second house of values. And you could feel the bit of that void because what has felt like a dopamine and cortisol rush and for the last, few years, and has felt like, boy, when's my nervous system going to get a chance to settle down and things going to kind of quiet or become easier to deal with. You're going to find that this next 7 to 10 days are going to give you a taste of it. But by the end of the year, once both these planets have left, you might find that you have a bit of room to breathe. It might feel what feels a bit lonely almost. And I just want to say it's just that spirit has given you space to fill it up with new adventures, new people, new communications, new routines, new ways of being. Embrace the playful energy. Maybe it gives you time to rest. Maybe you don't have to do Pisces. Maybe you'll have time to rest and just enjoy timing and being playful. I mean, play is the pathway to joy. And if you're looking for joy or happiness and you're on that spiritual pursuit, hey, play is the mechanism to get to that. And use this new moon energy to enhance communication and connection with people, reaching out to family, friends, groups, people you've left on red that you might have avoided, might want to underground for a bit. They're a little fish, but hey, hibernation season's over. And you're now coming into some full energy and being able to move forward and get out there with your friends, circles, leagues, people, rejoin, regroup. And this next 7 to 10 days are really going to move you through that. And so, again, listen to all three for your sun, moon, rising. You can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. On my website, I do have a couple of things. I do have an art show coming up on Wednesday, May 14th by RSVP. And it is I'm releasing a 44 card oracle deck that I spent the last 2 years kind of working on and painting and putting together. And I'm going to be doing a big release to sell in bookstores, but this is my soft release with, I'm selling all the original artwork for the deck. And so each card has its original painting that will be auctioned off, along with, you'll get an original print of the deck. And then it goes in for a larger print, and I will start the distribution part. And you can go to my website to see, to get your email in for pre-order, because once that's all in there and I've got the ISBN number, it's all ready to go and to print, then you'll get an email from me confirming that, and we'll only take payment when it's ready to be delivered. But it's just a commitment to say I'm interested, and then we'll definitely get back to you with that. And I also have another big announcement that's going to be coming with the art show. So 2 shows from now, you'll get my other big announcement, which is my next big project that I'm working on. Now, remember, as we move through these next 10 powerful days, that the astrology is a mirror. It's not fate. It's a mirror of what's going on. With Mercury going direct and the new moon in earthy Taurus, the theme is renewal and clarity and intention. Take your time, align with your inner values. The stars are supporting your growth. And know that the world happens for you and not to you. Remember that, okay? My last big announcement is that I do read here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck Television, and I read from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I am releasing new appointments. I'm an artist and a painter, and I do channeled medium painting appointments. And you can have an appointment with me, and then I go off in the next 30 days. I paint a channeled painting from that session, and it's kind of an interesting way to work. I do a lot of automatic writing and channeled paintings, and if you get a chance to go to my art show, you'll get to see that. If you buy my deck, you get to see some of my channeled work. And you can get the messages in the deck even that went with those paintings. And so it is a bit of a new concept for me, and I'll be working through my studio doing that. I'm pretty excited. So I hope you can join me in my adventure and my soul medicine journey. And I hope you can join me here again next Tuesday for another 30 minutes of astrology and what's going on in that astral weather. And I'm sending everyone love and light, and I'll see you again in 7 days.